Alright guys, here's what's on the bench today. Spirit by Steinberger. Headless guitar. Double ball strings. And if we get in here and kind of look at what's already on here, it kind of looks like this one is like, it's almost like a bronze color. And it's also missing its high E string. So I ordered some strings from GHS, and we're going to figure out how to restring this thing. I've never put strings on one of these, but together we'll figure it out. So here we go. Okay, so just by backing off the strings and loosening them all the way, I can see that these are the saddle area here that holds the string. Well, this is the saddle, but whatever this piece is down here that's holding the string, there we go. It's like a little hook kind of thing, and it is releasing the strings out of here. So this looks easy enough. There we go. Here's our A string coming out of there. Look at that, you can do multiples at the same time. Go. Okay, now go ahead and run this high E string all the way up forward. Alright, very nice. Alright, let's just clean on it a little bit. Oh, it does have that little kickstand down here on the bottom so you can set it on your knee. So I remember back in the 80s some guys playing these Steinberger things. Some of the bands like maybe In Excess. I think those guys were playing these things. Some of those 80s bands used to play these things. Eddie Van Halen had one of these little kind of things. He had it painted with the red stripes and everything. So yeah, Eddie played a little guitar. I suppose before we get too far on this video, let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see if we've got, see if the pickups are working, see if it makes noise. Got my little practice amp here. Plug it in right there. And we'll just take a little wrench and we'll tap on these pickups. Volume up. There's center pickup. Good. 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 Seems good. Nice and quiet. That always helps when you got good electronics. I'm not so good at the electronic stuff. Let's feel the fret ends. Oh, the fret ends are in rough shape. Okay, so I've got my StewMac fret file, and I'm just going to run it along the edge of every fret and kind of over the top, and 2 swipes on every fret. Okay, running my fingers this direction, it feels good. This direction, you can still feel it. So I'm going to switch to lefty now and do the same thing on this side of each fret. Okay, that feels really good, but I also will take one of my StewMac buffing pads that I have and hit the edges like this. That's way better. I don't think it hurt the binding or anything like that. But you're just not going to get cut this way. And so that feels really good. Now I could do the top edge, but it's not really that necessary because your fingers are usually, other than your thumb wrapping over the top, your fingers are down along here. So I'm not even going to worry about the top edge of that. Put these tools back in the drawer. Okay, so I cleaned the fretboard with some of this Music Nomad F1 oil. And I shined the frets up, so it is time. You've seen me do that a million times. It's time to put some strings on it. Today's string choice. Alright, so I ordered some strings for this. GHS Corporation. GHS strings. Let's see what they sent me. Let's take a look in here. GHS strings. Okay, I got GHS Boomers double ball at standard Steinberger 9 through 42s. 2 packs of them. Alright, so GHS makes these strings. So I guess we could say today's string choice is GHS Boomers double ball strings. So let's see what is in here. Alright, so let's take a look. The 42 gauge. Yep, it's a double ball string. They've got them sealed, so that's good. No rust, right? Alright, let's take this part here. And there it is. And both ends of the string look exactly the same. So let's go down here and let's set that string down in there. Is that it? Is that how it's supposed to be? I think. Well, let's see. Well, let's do this end first. Okay. There we go. That end went in. Now let's get down here so you guys can take a good look. So I'm going to set that down in there like that, and then I'm going to tighten this down. And I think that's all there is to it. These saddles just kind of slide around. It's interesting. Oh, I'm going to do some okay, there we go. I think I'll leave that like that. But okay. So we got one string on there. Let's throw the 32 in there. Yeah, so this seems relatively quick and easy. You don't need a pair of wire cutters to trim the end of the string. So yeah, this little guitar is for sale. And so imagine what I do if I sell this thing is I'll throw in this extra pack with it. Because you don't get these kind of guitars very often where I need these kind of strings. So this guitar is kind of cool because the bridge does say Steinberger right on the bridge here. Steinberger system. And then also the pickups all say Steinberger on them. Just holding that down in there. I don't know how these things intonate, but they just kind of slide around. It's kind of strange, but let's put a tuner on it. Now, here's a challenge. Where do you put your headstock tuner? Let's try it on this. Let's try it on this piece right here. See if that'll work. Okay. I'm already up here trying to tune it. Do you see that? Okay, there's our E, here's our A. Can you guys see that, what I'm looking at? There we go. Getting kind of tight on my fingers down here. Okay, it's kind of wrecking my fingers a little bit. I bet there's probably an area where you might be able to put a screwdriver or something down in there to help that along. Okay, there's our E string. Let's see what happens here. If this will turn. By putting a Phillips screwdriver in the end there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the old Phillips seems like it's doing a good job. Okay. I'm going to snug on these a little bit. Stretch them a little tiny bit, see how it works. Make sure that they are seated in here nicely. Let only one string ring out at a time. Oh, this customer of mine left his phone here today, and somebody was just trying to call it, but if you... That's that phone that you hear ringing. I'm not sure who left it here, but I had a customer leave a phone in here. And it's ringing. Somebody's looking for it. I suppose I probably could answer and say, hey, your phone's at ZIMM'S. That's what I'm going to do. Let me go ahead. Okay. So I could probably mess with this guitar some more. And... you know, think about getting it intonated and everything, because those saddles are just sort of moving around. Well, anyhow, guys, there it is. It's a little Spirit by Steinberger. It's got a brand new set of strings on it. Headless guitar. Definitely a 80s throwback kind of thing. And here it is for sale. All shined up. It's in relatively good shape. There's a couple little scratches and dents and dings on it. But nothing that's really a big deal. The frets look like they're in really good condition, like it hasn't been played very much. As a little added bonus to this video, I'm going to string up this Fender Redondo. So when I do videos about your average kind of acoustic guitar, nobody watches them. So I'm going to go ahead and string this up, and if you guys want to continue watching, well, you know what? Thank you guys very much. But let's get started. And we're going to do a double shot here today. And we're going to restring this Redondo that was sold to me, or it got traded in. And we're going to start by getting the old strings off of here. Two guitars in one video. Imagine how lucky you guys are, right? Okay, so I take my nippers and I just very lightly grab hold of the saddles. Or, I mean, not the saddles, they're the bridge pins. So very lightly, whoops, grab hold of the bridge pins. If you squeeze them too tight, you'll break them. Or you'll put little scratches and you'll dent them all up. Didn't do that, it came right out. Yeah, but usually when I do videos on acoustic guitars, nobody will watch that. I've even done like brand new, really expensive Martin guitars or really expensive Taylor guitars, and I restring that kind of stuff once in a while. It's like maybe a customer's guitar or something, and nobody watches that stuff. So this is added bonus footage for you guys. I'm sure you guys are so excited to see added footage in a video. Let me try to get a little better view. I'm going to raise the camera up a little bit, come down like this. There we go. Alright, so sometimes the hardest part of restringing your guitar is getting the old strings off. Because guys do different stringing methods up here, where they run it through and then they run it back around and then through again, or they do over and under. There's what they call the Gibson wrap. Yeah, if your guitar doesn't come from the factory strung up like that, I recommend you not do it. It just makes it hard on that poor guy that's restringing the guitar. And I don't think it helps in tuning stability or anything like that. But you still see them guys that are wrapping their strings around kind of funny. And I just find it annoying. There we go. Okay. Now what's kind of neat about this guitar is the headstock. And I would say even the neck. Now this feels to me like sort of a C-shaped, a modern C-shape Fender neck, which is kind of cool. It almost is going to come off like you're playing a electric. Okay, so I'm into it. I think that's cool. For some reason, I dropped the bridge, so I'm going to set that off there. Here's what the bridge looks like. Sort of strange. It fell out of there. But let's do this to this guitar. I'm going to spray some guitar honey on here. Now this stuff came in a guitar. Being a guy that buys used guitars, once in a while, I'll open up a guitar case and I'll find something in a case from a used guitar that I bought, and I will use that product, whatever it is, and I'll just kind of see if I like it or not. And some of the stuff is old, like this stuff here. This stuff might honestly be 20 or 30 years old. Since 1988, musical instrument fingerboard treatment, guitar honey. What does that say? What is that? Gerbits. Guitar Products USA. Huh. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have ever seen that stuff. Okay, we're just going to use it. It seems like it's working really nice so far. I kind of like it. It's probably a mixture of lemon oil and something. Always get the dust off of the guitar. It's always a good idea. On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say that this guitar, as far as its, you know, how used, how beat up it is, I'm going to say it's in the 6, 7 neighborhood. As far as, it's definitely not mint, but it's not in really horrible condition. I'm going to call it good condition. It's very hard to call anything mint condition. If you're selling anything on Reverb, almost don't ever use the term mint condition, because guys will call you out on that really quick. I don't sell anything on Reverb. A lot of you guys already know. I've told you guys a million times. No, I don't need to give Reverb my 8% and then a processing fee and everything. I can do just fine with all the customers that I have in the Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm in Mesa, which is a suburb of Phoenix. And Phoenix is, I believe, the 4th largest city in the United States now. I think we just surpassed Houston recently. But there's plenty of people in this town, and I don't need to sell things online because I got customers all the time. And you just heard my front door chime, and that means there's a customer that just walked in up front. So I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna go talk to them and welcome them in. Okay, this thing is ready for string. So here's the strings that I'm gonna use today. Tico strings, round coated acoustic strings, out of China. I bought a whole bunch of stuff from a customer or whatever. I got a whole bunch of stuff, and these strings were part of that. And so they are sealed in here really nicely. I will say that it's got great packaging. Everybody worries about made in China strings, but we're going to go for it on this thing, and we're going to see what happens here. If I can just get them out of this package. Let me know in the comments if you guys ever seen this brand. I guess it would be a Zico. That's a Z. It says it right on the side there. Zico strings. Okay. So the hardest thing is getting into the package. There we go. Wow, this is quite the package. Look at that. Zico, music and life. And we even got a guitar pick out of it. Really thin. A .048 millimeter. For acoustic, guys like these though. For playing electric, you need something heavier. Just my opinion. Okay, let's see here now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to start with the low E string. Zico strings. I mean, I think they look quality from what I've seen so far. Let's set the bridge back down in there. I'm going to say it goes down like that. And sometimes guys put a little bend in the string like that. And down in there. Nice and tight. Okay. Okay, Brighton. No talking. Fast forward through all 6 of these, with maybe some cool little music playing. Alright, this thing is all strung up. Plays pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. I really appreciate you guys for watching. And you know the thing. Go buy a guitar.